Hi students, welcome to the English videos for 12th standard. Right, today we are going to learn a new topic from the first unit, grammar. The title of the grammar section today we are going to discuss is Modal Auxiliary Verb. Right, what is Modal Auxiliary Verbs? Before going into the topic, we shall learn a quick overview about verbs. What is a verb? Verb is the heart of a sentence. Without verb, it's difficult to construct a sentence. So, verb has been an indispensable part for the formation of your thoughts, and it helps to convey the message correctly. Right. Just look at the picture. Here you have different words that show different action. The first one, drink, eat, write, sleep, play, laugh and read. All these words are called verbs and they are action words. So, verbs are important because they help us to communicate about different events in our lives by combining words into sentences. Right. What are the different types of verbs? There are many types. Action verbs, linking verbs, auxiliary verbs, finite and non-finite verbs, regular and irregular verbs. Right. Okay. Let us see them one by one quickly and move to modal auxiliary verbs. Right. Look at this picture now. You can see many actions and here the action verbs. From the first, play, cook, run, swim, laugh, read, sleep and bark. Right. So, these verbs are called action verbs. Okay. Just look at the definition of the action verb. Action verbs are dynamic verbs that express an action whether it is a physical or mental. Look at the picture on your left side. The boy kicks the football. Here the verb is kicks and it takes an object, football, to make the sentence complete. So, it is called a transitive verb. Towards the right, you can see a boy. What is he doing? He sleeps. Look at the sentence. The boy sleeps. Here, the verb is sleeps. And this sentence gives a complete meaning. There is no need for an object. So, this verb is called an intransitive verb. So, in action verb, we have two verbs, transitive verb and intransitive verb. Right. Let's move to the next one. And we have other verbs like linking verbs. Linking verbs, they do not show any action. They simply link the subject with the rest of the sentence. For example, look at the picture. He looks tired. Here the verb looks connects the subject is he, and tired. So, here looks is a linking verb. Right. We can see some more examples. He became a lawyer. The egg smells rotten. She remains faithful. In all these three sentences, you can see the verb became, smells, remains. They all are linking verbs. Okay, moving to our topic, auxiliary verbs. So, what is an auxiliary verb? Auxiliary verb is a helping verb. It is used with action verbs to show tense or to form questions and negative sentence. Look at the three pictures. From the left, a boy is eating a mango. Right, look at the sentence. Raja is eating mangoes. And the next one, do you want coffee? On the right side, they were not present for the function. Here, in the first sentence, for the verb eat in the gerund form, here the auxiliary verb is. And in the second sentence, the auxiliary verb is do. And in the third one, it is in the negative form, were plus not. So, here these verbs act as helping verbs. So, they are called auxiliary verbs. Right. And we have other types of verbs too. They are finite verb, non-finite verb. Finite verb is nothing but that is finished, and non-finite verb is a verb that is not finished. Okay, moving to the next type of verbs are regular or irregular verbs, and it's the basic concept about verbs and their usages. And regular verbs, they have their base form, that is the present form, and the past tense and the past participle, and how they are categorized. Play by adding ed, played, and again for the past participle adding ed. Okay, let's move to the irregular verbs. For irregular verbs, we have base form, past tense, and past participle, and look at the divisions. Put, put, put. Sit, sat, sat. And eat, ate, eaten. We have three different forms for the irregular verbs. Right. Let's come to our main topic, auxiliary verbs. Right. Auxiliary verbs are divided into two types. One is primary auxiliary verbs and another one is modal auxiliaries. Right. Just have an overlook of the primary auxiliary verbs. Right. The first one is be form of verbs, and the second one do form of verbs, and the third one have form of verbs. In the first one, you can see the present forms as well as the past tense. Right. For be form of verbs, am, is, are, and for the past tense, was, were, and for do form of verbs, do, does, and for past tense, did. For have form of verbs, in present tense, have, has, and in past tense, had. Right. Let's come to modal auxiliaries. Modal auxiliaries is a special auxiliary which is used to denote a particular mood or to express the subject. That is expression of the subject. Okay, what are the modal auxiliaries? Can, and the past form could, may, might, shall, should, will, would, and must. So we have 9 modal auxiliaries. Right. And we have semi-modals. Semi-modals are verbs that function as modal but in specific circumstances. But because they perform other functions as well, they are categorized separately from the original true modals. So the another name for semi-modal is quasi-modals. And here we have 4: ought to, used to, need to, dare to. So in total, we have 9 plus 4, 13 modal auxiliary verbs. Right. Let us learn them one by one in a detailed way. Right. The first one, can. Can is used to show or express ability of a person or to convey a request, permission, or offer, or in the negative form. Look at the sentence on the right side. For ability, I can speak English. And for permission, can I go to the library? And for request, can you lend me a pen, please? And for offer, I can lend you a pen. Then for the negative, cannot. You cannot wait here. Right. So these are some of the things which are some of the ways to express the mood by using the modal auxiliary can. Coming to the next one, the past form of can is could. Here it can be used to show the ability or to express a polite request. Look at the picture. A boy is playing a guitar. Right, look at the sentence. He could play a guitar. Look at the next picture. A boy with a bag. Right. Look at the sentence there. Could you please come with me? That is a polite request. So, for polite request, you can use could. Moving to the next one. May and might. May is to show the possibility and for permission and also for making a wish. Right. Look at the picture. A girl with an umbrella. Right. So the possibility here is it may rain today. And for using might, it might rain today. There is a slight difference in using may as well as might. When you use might, the meaning has to be less possible than may. Right. Now look at the next picture. There's a man with a chair. May I sit here? Right. It shows the permission. And look at the next one. Might I ask you a question? Normally, we don't construct a sentence like this in the written form. Here, this structure is used in more formal way. Might I ask you a question? Right. Look at the last one. Wish. May is used to convey a wish. May God bless you. Right. I think you have got a clear idea about can, could, and then may and might. Let's move to the next category. Must. Must can be used to show force, necessity, to give advice or an obligation. Right. Look at the picture. The first picture. A woman and a girl. Right. Look at the sentence. I must go to the supermarket today. So, there may be a force or there may be a necessity. Look at the second one. There is a picture of APJ Abdul Kalam. Right. Look at the sentence. You must read Kalam's Wings of Fire. Here, must is used to show an advice or express an advice. Right. Look at the next picture. A dog is sitting on a chair. You must wear seat belt when you drive. Right. So here it is an obligation. It's a request. Right. One thing you have to notice, must and should are both modal verbs. Must is used when expressing obligation or an unavoidable requirement, whereas should is different. Right. The next one, shall and should. Shall is used to express a suggestion and obligation, and should again for showcasing an advice or confirmation. Right. Let us go for the shall. Look at the first picture. Look at the first sentence. Shall I carry your bag? So that is a suggestion. Next one, obligation. I shall meet you at 6 p.m. It's a polite request maybe. Let's move to should. Look at the picture. Right, what is happening there? Right, now look at the sentence. You should switch off the lights when you go out. So that's the advice. Right, look at the next picture. Right, look at the sentence. You should drive carefully on the highway. So confirmation. You should drive carefully on the highway. It may be a bit kind of advice, but you have to be careful on the highway. Right, going to the next one. Will and would. For will, it is used to show wish, request, demand, or an order. And the other usages are for prediction, assumption, and spontaneous decision. Right, look at the first sentence. Will you please shut the door? Here it's an order. The next one. I think it will rain on Friday. Here it is a prediction. And the third one. Can somebody take me to the hospital? I will. It's a spontaneous decision. So in these three types, will is used. Coming to the next one, would. Look at the usage. Would habits in the past as well as would is used to show a wish or request. Look at the sentence. Would you shut the door, please? And look at the second sentence. Sometimes he would bring some flowers. Right. I think you have got a clear view about the usage of shall, should, and will and would. Okay, let's move to the other auxiliary verb, that is semi-modals. In semi-modal, as I told you, we have four: ought to, used to, need to, and are. Right. Come on, let's start from ought to. Right. Ought to is used to show a duty, a necessity, and for a moral obligation. Right, look at the picture. Look at the first sentence. You ought to submit your assignment on time. Here, ought to is used to show a formal duty. Right. Coming to the next one. Ought is used to show a necessity. We ought to hire some furniture for the party. Right, that is a necessity. And for moral obligation, look at the picture. We ought to help the needy. Right, going to the next one. Used to. Used to refers to the habits in the past. My grandfather used to go for long walks when he was a young boy. But now he is old. Now he is unable to walk. Right. So the habits in the past can be expressed by using used to. Right. Coming to the next one. Look at the picture. A girl sleeps, maybe inside a classroom. So how do we use this? By using used to. Right. I used to sleep inside the classroom when I was studying my kindergarten or when I was in my elementary school. Right. Now let's move to the next one. Need to and dare to. Need to is used to express the necessity and for conveying a moral obligation. Right, look at the picture. A girl with a milk packet. Right, look at the sentence. I need to buy a packet of milk. Coming to the next picture. We need to keep our environment clean. So it's a obligation. Right. Let's come to how to use dare to. Dare to is used to express boldness and challenge. Look at the picture. Can you see anything? Right. Yes. Dare, boldness. I dare not go out in the dark. So, in this kind of situation, you can use dare to show the boldness. Right. Coming to the next picture. Yes. How dare you enter my room? Challenge. Okay. So, we have learned all the 4 types of semi-modal: how to, used to, need to, and dare to. And earlier, we have learned the 9 forms of modals. What are they? Can, could, will, would, shall, should, and may, might, and as well as must. Right. Shall we move to a few textual exercises? Just take your book, turn to the page number 14. Right. Are you ready? We shall learn to get the answer for the first 5 sentences from the task 1. Okay, just look at the sentence. Question A. The candidates dash answer 5 out of 10 questions. So, what modal can be filled here? Right, should. The candidates should answer 5 out of 10 questions. Coming to the next one, B. How dash you open my bag? Yeah, you have the word how, and there is a question mark. So, the correct answer is dare. How dare you open my bag? Right. Coming to the C. Tajuddin dash finish this work by Monday. Maybe it can be used to express his ability. Right. Tajuddin can finish this work by Monday. Coming to the next one. Dash I go to school today? That is a question. Right? Yeah, you can use may. May I go to school today? Right. Come to the E. I wish you dash tell me the truth. And here you can use could. I wish you could tell me the truth. Okay, let's move to the right side. Task 2. I have given first 5 sentences from the textual exercise. Complete the following sentence with modals using the clues given. You have a clue at the end of the sentence. Just try the first one. You dash help the needy. And here you have to use modal or semi-modal with the expression of obligation. You out help the needy. Right, coming to the next question. If I were you, I dash not behave like that. And here is a conditional. So, what modal will be the best one? Would. If I were you, I would not behave like that. Would. W-O-U-L-D. Right. Coming to the next one, C. I dash never tell a lie. And here the clue is given as determination. Right. Yes. The answer is will. I will never tell a lie. Coming to the D. My uncle dash have reached by now. Here it shows possibility. Right. Yes. Already we have learned. It may rain. Right. May. My uncle may have reached by now. Right. When there is less possibility, we have to use might. Okay. Coming to the last one. The patient is critical. He does be taken to the hospital. And here you have to express with a clue of compulsion. Right. You can use should or must. Must. The patient is critical. He must be taken to the hospital. Right. We have completed a few sentences from task 1 and task 2 from your textbook, page number 14. Let us learn a few common mistakes while using the modal verbs. So here towards the left you have all the modal auxiliary verbs: can, could, may, might, shall, should, must. And the other two are will and would. Right. So you have two columns. One is the wrong one and another one is the correct formation. Right. The first common mistakes that we commit in using the modal auxiliary verbs is a modal auxiliary verb should not be followed by to. If you write I can to write or he may to play, here it's wrong. So it has to be expressed by without to. So a modal is not followed by to. So the correct way of writing is I can write, he may play. Come to the next one. And no final yes. Look at the second model. She should eat. The correct way of writing is she should eat. Right. Moving to the third one. And not in past form. After modal, a past form by writing, that is in the form of ed or in the past participle form, it should not be followed. The wrong way of expressing is we must played. So the correct way is we must play, we should play. Coming to the next one, not in ing form. So like the past form, a modal should not be followed by an ing form of verb. They shall writing is wrong. So the correct way of expressing is they shall write. Okay students, these are some of the common mistakes we commit while using the modal auxiliary verbs. Right. I think you have learned a lot about modal auxiliaries and semi-modals and had an overview about the different form of verbs. Right. So here is a simple task that you can do when you are free in your home. Okay students, with this we are concluding this video. Keep reading, keep learning, enjoy your learning. Thank you. Meet you in the next video. Bye bye.